Hi Scorpio, welcome to your general messages for 20th to the 26th of April. I hope you guys are doing great. So I did post the new moon video, new moon in Taurus video yesterday. I'm going to link it above. Just to check out some of the energies, the full scope of energies that everybody's going to be dealing with. But you guys are going to be having this happen in your 7th house. So just wanted to talk about for a minute, and then we're going to get to pulling the cards. So the new moon, by the way, is happening on the 22nd, if you guys weren't sure, in Taurus. And it's going to bring some sort of unexpected news, right, about your spouse or a partner who lives with you, or even a business partner. Those of you who have a business partner or work very closely with someone that you weren't anticipating. If you're dating seriously and living together but not happy, you may suddenly announce that you want to move out, or that they want to move out. Something going on with that. Obviously, depending on where you live, you'd have to wait until we get out of this cootie quarantine in order to separate. But that's the energy that can easily be going on. So I just want to keep it real with you guys. And I wanted to talk about, you guys have a few heavier things, but it ends up being really good. I just want to let you know that it does, but I just want to lay it out there. So if it's a business situation, some sort of unexpected element can come up. If you guys are in a space of business in your 7th house energies, the 7th house energies rules business partnerships, but it rules marriage partners as well. And those very, very close connections. Not boyfriend and girlfriend energy so much. That's more of a 5th house energy, but 7th house is those long-term, if you guys are living together, that level of commitment. And as well, obviously, as business situations. But see, the thing is with Uranus in there, Uranus can mean anything, and we just never really know. And Uranus creates all of these twists and turns that we can't really see coming. We just can't. So just understand that. So this might cause a sudden need to stop and rethink how or if you should move forward with either that relationship or that business situation. Or a longtime business partner can announce that they're suddenly leaving, or you might realize that a business partner has so much more value than you realized up to this point, or that partner has so much more value than you realized up until this point. So the thing is with Uranus, it's like this or that, black or white. There's no in between. There's no a little bit of anything. Uranus is either it's going to work or it's not going to work kind of energy. So whether you're focusing on business, whether you're focusing on personal, whatever it is, you might be dealing, with, I guess, a lot of people, but you guys in particular, temporary concerns about money may cross your mind, but it ends up looking like the fears are going to be unfounded. You'll be able to attract money if you keep your head together, because remember, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is connected to money. It's also connected to love, and it's connected to our self-esteem. So when you have these shakeups in there like that, having to do with these connections, money can often at least present as an issue in the moment that you're going to have to deal with. What else did I want to say? If you're trying to enter talks or a contractual deal, there are a couple of glitches that could come up. I'm just looking at my notes. For the new moon on the 22nd, because it's going to clash with Saturn. Very specifically, Saturn's going to challenge Uranus and the sun and the new moon directly. So it's going to kind of be like this battle on the 22nd. Now this is the thing. You have these changes coming. Just know that they're coming. And whatever's happening, you're going to be able to handle it, right? Always to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So just to know what the energies are going to be bringing to us. Now, if you're a Scorpio born on October 26th, plus or minus 5 days, okay, you're going to feel this new moon the most, okay, for sure. Now, if you have Scorpio rising 3 degrees, the natal moon in Scorpio 3 degrees, or a natal planet at 3 degrees of either Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, you guys, Scorpio or Pisces, all plus or minus 5 degrees, you guys are going to benefit a lot from this full moon. So check out your chart and see what your degrees are and what your placements are. And Saturn and Uranus are at odds, suggesting, pretty clearly a restructuring of your home or your family life in terms of close relationship, or both, close relationship and job even. There's going to be some restructuring that's going to be necessary soon. Saturn rules the past, right? And Uranus rules the future. So when they clash, you know, it's like, who's going to win? Well, here, Uranus is going to win. And really, you're going to be expected to do things differently right now, Scorpio. The future is winning. And Uranus is really going to make you guys do things differently. So, for example, how this would play out. And this doesn't mean that anything that is challenging that's going on in your life right now is your fault and your fault alone. Absolutely not. It just means that there needs to be recognition that something needs to be handled differently. So if that relationship is going to work out and you guys are resolving to work it out, you're going to resolve to work out that business partnership, whatever it is, you have to know that whatever's been going on up until this point can't continue anymore. It's done. You can't continue that anymore. Things need to be done differently. And that's what Uranus comes in and is like, we're going to move you forward. You know, let's do this together, but it has to be done differently. Remember, Uranus rules Aquarius. It's about out of the box. Let's do it differently. So, you know, if you want it to work out, things are just, you're going to have to just recognize that might be you needing to make some concessions, them, you know, and if you're with somebody who's not willing to do that, be it a relationship or a business partner, the answer is right there for you. It's going to be very, very clear. You're not even going to have to second guess yourself, quite frankly. And the thing is, these two planets are going to be at odds until next year, into 21. So this new moon is going to hint at a theme that's going to be coming up a lot more vividly for you guys next year. You guys are a fixed sign, right? You like things to stay as they are, but you know, if life is changing and the changes are coming. Scorpio, this is the thing. The changes are coming, but they're going to be really, really good for you. You have to understand. And you're soon going to see it. You're going to see the truth of all of this. And, you know, so you just need to embrace whatever changes are happening right now and move forward with them and stay open, stay open, stay open. You know, Uranus always quickly sweeps away what's not working and really does help you to rebuild something infinitely better that is more of your truth and meant to be on your path of integrity. So in that way, it's all really good. But right now, I'm going to go and pull some cards. I'm going to pull the camera around and let's pull some cards to get some messages for career and relationship for you guys. Okay, see you on the other side. Bye. Hi, Scorpio. Okay, let's get into your reading. Remember, these are general messages. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. Don't try to make it fit. And you always want to check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus. We're going to start off with career, okay? Start off with career. Let's see what's happening for those of you who are here for that. And then we'll go into love, okay? Okay, I'll reverse. Pull the cards, then we'll talk. Okay, we have an Ace of Cups as the energy coming into this, Scorpio. So I feel like something was started and then stopped. Something was offered and then taken away. Some sort of project was begun and it needed to be halted. The Ace of Cups reverse. The Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning, right? And the Cups really is, it does speak to our career because it is a heart space, right? We like to love what we do we not? So I feel like for many of you, this was the beginning of if you're resonating with this, a new job, a new position, a new project, something new. Yeah, something new. All right, and then we have the wheel energy here. So the wheel is a Jupiter energy, and in reverse, this indicates some sort of lack of forward movement because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is about moving forward with integrity. So this would indicate sort of like a halt in things, a stop. And this is very painful. This is very frustrating. It's very painful. This is a Saturn and Libra energy. Remember, Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is a money house, right? It's a money planet rather. So It's money, it's love, it's self-esteem here, right? So it really just has to do with some sort of challenge that you've gone through. And it was very painful, very disappointing. What I like about the reverse, though, is that there is acknowledgement, there's validation, and it's kind of a like, I know this is terrible, but what are you going to do kind of thing. Like, there's nothing that anybody could have done. There's nothing that anybody could have done about this. You know, I don't know too many Scorpios in my life, but a good friend of mine was making a film, and he had just gotten the funding and everything needed to be halted. And this has just made me think of that situation, because it certainly is. It's like screeching halt, right? And there was like a lot of sadness there and a lot of disappointment. So that's kind of like the energy that I'm getting. So you can connect that to your life however it applies. And we have the Ten of Wands energy in the reverse. This tells me that the wands were put down already. Wands were put down. Became way too heavy. Ten of Wands is a Saturn in Sagittarius. So something became too heavy and too challenging to be able to continue. That's all that this is. So things needed to be just halted and stopped. I mean, guys, everything with COVID and everything, that makes sense to me, that everything had to come to this point where it's like, all right, it's too difficult for this job to continue, too difficult for this project to continue. It's all too difficult and we can't do it, right? So the wands have to be put down. Now you're in the space of the Hermit, though, Scorpio. This is Virgo energy. So you're really climbing inside your mind and thinking about everything that is surrounding you. You could also be feeling rather isolated right now. And even obviously everybody, quarantine, a lot of people are feeling isolated. But even if you're quarantining with people, I sense that you're feeling a sense of isolation and a sense of feeling very alone about your situation right now. We have the World reverse. So the World reverse, honestly, guys, this is like getting really honest with yourself. All right, because this is, first of all, this is a Saturn energy. And it's the gift that you get when you're really diligent and work through Saturn, right? So it's a great energy. It's the most positive card in the deck. But in reverse, it's not happening for you, and you need to figure out why. What about your past, or what about this situation are you having a hard time letting go of? What are you not willing to accept? Who might be standing in your way? Because when this is reversed, it's that world energy is still there for you to have, but it means that something is in the way. Now, obviously, could simply be the quarantine and the shutdowns and all of that. For others of you, it could be you're holding way too tight. You want to watch your ego in this energy as well. You don't want to hold on too tight to something that really hadn't been working anyway. Right? Or realizing that somebody very specific was getting in your way from you being able to advance in work. But that's what that means. It's like somebody or something is in the way, but it's this holding back. It's this holding back, right? So you could be holding yourself back. It could be the quarantine holding you back. It could be somebody else holding you back. But if a decision is made and you play your cards right, this can absolutely be turned up right. And I feel like that's going to be happening for you, because I'm looking ahead to the near future energy, which is an amazing card. You get the Ten of Cups as the final outcome here in the future. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The external energy is the King of Pentacles. So yeah, I mean, money might be a little tight right now. Hello. I mean, I kind of think this is, even for those making money, people aren't making the money that they were. I think this is kind of like a global thing, right? So Aries and Taurus in reverse, and again, this is external to you. The inability to move forward with a fresh perspective and a fresh initiative on a new path, because you're being held back and it's impacting your money. And this is happening external to you, so it's not your fault. It's just not your fault. And we have, so Nine of Swords is about self-imprisonment. So you're feeling very self-imprisoned by this. And you have this Nine of Swords is also that it's a 3 a.m. card, right? It's a Mars and Gemini energy. So it's you having these ruminating thoughts about how you're going to actually break out of what it is that you're doing. And that's scaring you. The process of figuring out something is almost intimidating for you at this point. So we have an Emperor reverse energy. Okay, so the Emperor reverse energy, because this is an Aries energy, it's pretty direct. You know, and Aries is all about, it's ruled by Mars, is about, you know, shaking things up, having a fresh perspective, getting on that new path, pushing forward some sort of new initiative, you know, in a new way. And I'm not getting that you're going to be doing that. I'm not getting that you're going to be doing that. This is a different, now some of you might be dealing with an Emperor reverse energy, which can be somebody who is very manipulative and very controlling, who deflects a lot. So that would be like a boss, a business partner, somebody that you're dealing with through a project. But it actually, it matters only to a certain extent. It is this holding back from being able to jump into that Mars energy, which is Aries, which is moving forward. So I just want to pull a couple energies on that. Four of Pentacles, so feeling very self-protective, holding back. Five of Wands, getting into conflict here. So dealing with conflict, yeah. I mean, Five of Wands is a Saturn and Leo energy, so egos are at play here. Okay, absolutely. Page of Swords. So Page of Swords is somebody's coming in and slicing up the truth. Somebody's coming in and offering some sort of illumination, something that's being enlightened. Or this could be also you having words with somebody, right? I mean, it has to do with communication. Swords of communication, swords of truth, right? It's that air energy. But it's a new truth. So some sort of new truth is coming in. There's not going to be transformation in whatever it is that you're in right now, because Judgment is a Pluto energy, and it's all about ending and beginning. So this tells me something's going to end. It's not going to be transformed the way it was. Okay, but then we have the King of Wands. So we have the King of Wands, which is a Cancer and Leo energy. So I do like this. This is about feeling, first of all, lots of like epiphanies, a lot of passion moving forward into a space that while you feel very passionate about it, it's going to be a move that's very passionate for you. It's also going to be very safe because it's Cancer and Leo. Leo is where the passion hangs out, but Cancer is that safety. Cancer is that metaphorical home space, but you're feeling this deep drive and this passion. So I'm getting that, so something's ending. Something that was offered, that began, ended. That cycle ended. You went into this deep space of introspection. You may have had a hard time letting go. You were being prevented from being able to move forward in some way. There was some sort of issue regarding the rolling out of this circumstance, but it looks to me like this is not going to be saved, but a new offer is going to come in that's going to be a lot more benefic for you, because then we have the Ten of Cups as the final outcome. This is the near future. Okay, so, you know, when I say near future, it could be like the end of the month, beginning of next month. But I like this a lot because it's a Mars and Pisces energy. So this indicates Mars, again, ruling Aries, is about getting on that new path, right? Getting and going towards your dreams, right? Because whenever we have Pisces associated with the cup energy, it's about your dreams. So it's going towards your dreams. So good stuff. It's going to be a little challenging for you, but, you know, listen, if you listen to the new moon video, it's going to be a little challenging right now. Things are going to take a minute. It's just the way it is right now. Just is. But I feel like if you stay open, you know, if you stay open and you really go with it. But I do feel like those of you who are in business with somebody, you might be getting to a space of saying, you know what, we need to part ways here. It does seem like that. But then you're finding somebody new with some sort of new circumstance. All right, so now we're going to go to Scorpios who are dealing with love. Okay. Like the outcome. So in your past, we have the Angel de la Nuit, which is unique to this deck. It's a beautiful energy. And this is about working through the dark night of the soul energies. This is like working through your black moon Lilith energies. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's kind of like the nodal energies are in the sky. It's not a planet. It's like a pocket of energy that when you're born, depending on the sign that it's born in, you're going to have certain things that you really need to work out in your life. And it's like the things that poke at you that you know you need to look at in yourself, but you really don't want to. And this tells me that you're putting in the hard work, that you did put in the hard work, that you are actively really looking at your stuff, really looking at your stuff. So I like that. Now, the current energy right now is the Eight of Swords. So, not the easiest energy, the Eight of Sword energy, because it's, you really ruminating in your own mind how it is that you're going to move yourself forward in this relationship. What could you do and what needs to be done in this relationship to make it work? And you're ruminating about it, right? Gemini and Jupiter. Gemini is all about communication. In this case, it's with yourself, and Jupiter is about luck and expansion and moving forward. So you're trying to figure out how can this relationship move forward in a way where we're both happy, that the relationship can actually be successful. And that's being that feeling, because you're feeling like things aren't right, Scorpio. I'm getting that you feel things aren't right. But then we have this crossed by the Ten of Pentacles energy, which is a Mercury in Virgo. So a lot of you might be feeling this desire to shift out, change something, whatever. Money is an issue. You might be staying in a situation because of the money. But there is some sort of movement that needs to happen here that needs to be discussed. And in relationship, it has to do with mental, physical, and emotional connection. So we have the Ten of Pentacles. It's a good card. It's a good card because it's, again, Mercury in Virgo. And Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And what is Mercury? Mercury, first of all, is connected to the Magician card. It's about making things happen, right? Working things out. But it's also, Mercury itself is in alchemy is considered very transformative. So you have the ability here through communication to transform things, but you're in this space of not even being sure of what that looks like. You want to transform things, but you really don't know the formula of how to actually make that happen. You know it's not feeling right, but you just don't know what the answer is, even though you want to be able to transform it here. The crowning energy, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. This is Saturn and Leo. Ego. People digging their heels in here, right? Battle of the Wills. Battle of the Wills. It's interesting because this is often an energy, Scorpio, where, and because this part has to do with the relationship, so you can both be feeling this, where you think the problem is mostly them and they think the problem is mostly you, and you guys are having a battle of the wills and you're just not seeing eye to eye. You're not actually like really hearing each other, so it's like poking these wands at each other. And then we have the Six of Swords, so the Six of Swords energy, it's a Mercury and Aquarius energy, right? So Mercury is all about communication. It's about movement. Aquarius, it's about doing things differently, right? The Six of Swords energy itself is about, moving away from something that's toxic into something that's different. So you're going to be feeling pushed to move out of the toxicity into something different. Not to say that you have anybody on your mind at all, but you're being pushed to know that where the situation is right now, and not to say they have anybody, where the situation is right now, you guys can't stay there. It's toxic. It's like where you guys are standing, the ground is starting to crack. And you can't stand there because then you guys are going to get sucked under, right? So you need to move from that space to a different space. You at least know that, okay? At least know that. You're the Seven of Cups energy right now. You're very confused. This is a Venus and Scorpio card. So you feel the change happening in the relationship. You feel the transformation, right? Just because, again, Sun and Scorpio. And you feel it, but you have no idea what that even means for you. You'd have no idea what that means, what's on the other side. Whenever we get the Seven of Cups energy, we know what's in Five of the Cups. We have no idea what's in the Two. And when it's reverse, all it means is an exaggeration of those feelings. So feeling very like, but I don't know. And it's almost like, Scorpio, you know what it is? It's almost like you want a guarantee of something and you just can't get it. And that's the tough part. It's like, you know, you want things to be different. You know, they can't stay the same, but you want some sort of guarantee that it's going to be different if things change with you guys. If you guys try to work on your problems, will it actually be different? And it's just like the not knowing, and the not knowing what's on the other side of the change that you're feeling. And now we have the Five of Swords in reverse, and this is an external energy to you. External. So this is a Venus and Aquarius energy. So obviously Venus rules here, you know, relationships, self-esteem, even money, right? But it's an Aquarius. So Aquarius, again, being ruled by Uranus, is about doing things differently. And so what I'm getting is the energy external to you is you're not seeing this person you're dealing with doing anything any differently than what they've been doing. So you're really wondering, can things ever be different within the relationship? Or will you be the one doing all the changing? Which is never really a good thing, right? Now, your fear is the Emperor energy. Why is the Emperor your fear? Now, I have to say what I'm getting. The Emperor could be somebody new coming in. It just is what it is. The Emperor is, you know, one of the, you know, understandings of the Emperor energy is somebody new coming in. Okay, now it's an Aries energy. This could absolutely also be you're afraid of a new start. So if it has to do with a person, it will be a new person coming in that you're afraid of. If this has to do with more like a situation, you're afraid of actually having this new start. You're afraid. I get so strongly, Scorpio, you're so afraid. You know, I talked to you guys even like last time about this, I think. You know, wherever Scorpio is, there's obsession, right? Which is a good thing, right? Depending on, you know, where it is. And I mean, listen, it's always good. You guys are so passionate, right? And this is deep fixed water sign. And you guys are so intuitive and you have so many beautiful aspects. But one thing I have to say about, you know, you as well as Cancers, right? Not only do you guys not like change, but you guys really need safety and a little more than the next guy. And so you really like assuredness. You want there to be, you want to take away any negative possibilities that could potentially inhibit the relationship from being successful. And the truth is, you can't always do that, right? You can't always do that. So I do see you taking the chance, though. We get the Fool energy, which is exactly that. This is a Uranus energy. It's about taking that calculated risk, shaking things up and doing things differently. So I like that for you. Yeah, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is you're moving on. You're moving on. This Sun of Virgo energy, I like it. I like it because, you know, Virgo is it's an earthy energy. It is a pentacle energy. It's ruled by my Mercury. Okay, great. But having the Sun there, the sun brings healing, and the Sun brings ideas and brings epiphanies and brings passion. And so this tells me that you guys are going to be moving forward in this relationship. You're going to be in a space where the Eight of Pentacles energy is like you guys are saving for a home, saving for to move in together, to do something, to invest in something together, to go on a vacation together. Where you're doing something combined, joint, where you're going to elevate yourself and you're going to bring yourself up to that next space. So remember, after Eight of Pentacles is Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. I mean, and it's just getting closer and closer to that real wish fulfillment and that deep, deep connection. So I do like that. All right, let's sweep this and pull some oracles for this connection, for those of you who resonated with this. Yeah, so going back to that, to the astrology in the beginning, you know, you're going to have things coming up in your relationship sector for sure. Doesn't mean that things are over just because it's going to be challenging, but you're going to be forced to look at what needs to change, because things need to change. And getting the Fool That's a Uranus energy. That's the very energy that's going to be pushing us to change. So I can't tell you how synchronistic that is for me as a reader for you guys. Very nice. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Obviously, this could be a metaphor, right? You know, that beautiful reconnecting energy. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept help from others. Always good in relationships. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth sharing. I mean, guys, come on. It's all good. It's positive. Positive, I say. I say. I feel very strong, like reconnecting energy. Look inside yourself. Examine what's causing you to feel this way. And that is so that Tarot de la Nuit card. Look inside yourself. Examine what's causing you to feel this way. Get the cycles card. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you will be surprised with where it leads. Only time will tell. Well, listen, that's what it is with everything, is it not? Really good. I like this for you. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful in some way. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.